Hi, friend. Happy Monday. This channel, Happy Monday, is lifestyle education, whatever it is that I want it to be. So you're going to get a variety of episodes. So if you are an educator or if you're a coach in general, this is going to be things that I learned from instructional coaching. So I was an instructional coach for almost a year after leaving the classroom and before I entered this new position that I'm in right now. And so I have a few things that I want to share that I've learned through that experience. So the first thing that I learned is your success lives that in the belief that your clients have in themselves. So I use the word clients, even though I was working with teachers, you can put this into really any category that your business lives. But if you can teach them a skill, you can do all the mindset work, you can build their capacity of knowledge, you can help them find solutions. But if they don't believe in themselves beyond those coaching sessions, the work it lives in the session and it doesn't transcend. So the goal is to always build that capacity of confidence and belief in oneself, and so that does require some emotional labor on your end and your willingness to sit with them in their own discomfort and to not take anything personally that may come up in those sessions, but you really want to focus in on what are the areas in which they do not believe in themselves and build on that. Okay. The second thing that I learned from instructional coaching is the use of deep questioning, meaning I'm going to use questions and ask questions that you may not particularly want to answer or that you may not have thought about. So I have to really do, if you were a teacher, you know that part of lesson planning is doing some of that misconception work while you're planning the lesson, meaning what are the misconceptions that your clients or students may encounter through the teaching of this lesson. Same thing with instructional coaching. What are some of the misconceptions or assumptions that may be made that may not be true, that may be a blockade through this coaching session? And also leaning into reflections and allowing for that reflection time. Those things will yield the most productive result. Going back to the teaching world where we would give students wait time, which I don't think you can put a specific time on wait time, even though we did. Like, I feel like it was like wait 5 seconds, wait 10 seconds. Sometimes you might have to wait overnight, wait a week, right? I might have to come back to this in a month. But providing time for that reflection on whatever questioning you've done or learning that has taken place, allowing time to process, even if you are not naturally a processor, that is a skill that needs to be built. Because otherwise, we're just consuming, and hoping to regurgitate what we've learned or hoping to mirror the learning that we've encountered in a new space and we haven't really internalized it. So reflection time is not wasted time. So if you build it into your sessions, your clients will definitely walk away feeling more refreshed and less overwhelmed. So less is more. That's a bonus. I would give that as a 2A lesson. A lot of times we don't want to have dead space and dead silence, but again, if you're giving time for that reflection, taking pause so that processing can take place, and also discussion, natural, organic discussion where I'm not just the only one talking, I'm giving you the opportunity to talk and redirect the discussion as needed. It's definitely going to be a big bang for your coaching buck. The third lesson that I learned is that when your clients are complaining, that is where you find your solutions. Okay, so that does take active listening, um, not taking anything personal, knowing that it's human nature to want to unload and vent. And in a coaching session, it should be a safe place for the participants to share their glows and grows. And maybe if you are somebody who um, internalizes feelings and emotions, maybe you start with the grows first, the areas of need, and then you end on the glows. You're on the upward spirals, so to speak. Um, but as you're listening to those complaints and the issues at hand, I want you to take notes and show them that these, as much as I may have a presentation planned, or we've already selected our topic and this is where we're going, we also have space for your actual right now needs, and we can build that in as well. And I'm telling you, you are going to have a more productive session when you take in real-time concerns and you provide them with solutions, and not only solutions that you have on in your toolbox, but solutions that you both can come, or you all can come together on, by taking their complaints as a blueprint, right? This is our roadmap, so to speak, to get us to the results that you want or that we want, right? We're collaborating. And so that leads me to my next lesson. You are always entering a coaching session in the mindset of collaboration. Well, I am smart. It's no, I am a smart girl. I think quickly. I think strategically. I come up with solutions very quickly because I have, again, a very large toolbox to pull from. However, we are working together. So not only am I here to teach you and to coach you and to guide you, because that's really what coaching is, I'm guiding you down a path that you have yet to reveal for yourself through deep reflection and deep questioning. But I'm also learning from you. I'm also being filled. Like, my cup should also be filled through this coaching session, because we're not going to sit here and pretend that just because somebody needs a coach or I need a coach, that I don't have any value. We all have value. Even if it's a laugh, right? Even if it is learning how to do something in the technology space that I may not have known prior to walking into the session. I'm always coming in with my hands open to receive and to give. I am not the keeper of all knowledge. And that is a motto that I stood beside when I was in the classroom and that I carried into my instructional coaching. Number 5 is they are not mad at you. It ain't all about you, baby. Okay, it's very presumptuous and audacious to think that you're meeting somebody, especially if it's your very first coaching session. I don't care if it's your 5th coaching session, that you are the reason that somebody is upset about something. Okay, it's not about you. So don't internalize their feelings and their emotions. Now, I'm not saying to take disrespect, because a lot of times when we walk into these professional environments, there is a level of battering that we take, like, oh, you're not going to beat me down either, baby, but we can do this respectfully. You can share your emotion, you can be upset, you don't have to be buttoned up, because that's where we don't get any real results, when we're making people pretend to be something that they're not. So creating a safe place where emotion can live, and can be used as indicators of need, as opposed to a intimidation tactic, is where you're really going to make those strong connections. Okay. My next one is, it's okay if you are unsure about an answer or anything, really. It's okay if you're unsure. It makes you human, and relatable. Nobody likes to know it all. Now, I'm not going to say don't go in there prepared. Don't say Shannon sent you on that. Okay. I did not send you in there unprepared, all willy nilly. Okay. Please be prepared. However, it's okay if you're unsure about some things and you say, give me one moment. Let me check with my team. Give me one moment. Let me make a note of that. You know what? I'm unsure, but I will get back to you. Actually, that's a great question. Let me write that down and get back to you after lunch. Hmm, I don't think I was ever asked that question before. That's a great question. Does anybody know that answer here? Okay. I could go on and on and on about how you gracefully, okay, we not gonna be like, okay, keep your wits about you, honey. But also know that you don't have to be the keeper of all knowledge. You can go in with your hands open to receive and give, and you can also humbly say, we're gonna circle back to that. Okay, we're unsure. All right, my next lesson, so to speak, or thing that I have learned from being an instructional coach is be prepared, practice with your materials so that you are comfortable. So again, you're not going to know it all. You're not studying for the GRE or the SAT or the ACT or the Praxis or whatever test it is you needed to take for your field or your certificate. However, if you are an instructional coach, you are an expert. You are the master, insert whatever your position is. You are someone who holds a lot of information and knowledge, at least you should, around your subject matter. But there are still going to be things that come up that you may not know. So if you can get ahead of it and you can do that misconception run on yourself. Okay, what are some questions they may have that I may not be privy to? Let me brush up on that. Let me Google that. Let me ask a mentor or a friend. Let me study and read up on that. Let me listen to a podcast. Something where you have some kind of information is going to be super helpful. You want to build a relationship. I'm not saying to do an icebreaker. You can. I'm not knocking icebreakers. If they work for you, they work for you. Icebreakers do not work for me. So maybe we're just talking before the session begins. I'm saying hello. There's an icebreaker for you. Because some people come up in the room and don't speak. And I mean, hello, you see, I'm a Black woman. A lot of times I will walk in rooms and there will be some assumptions made about me before I entered. That's no surprise if you're a Black woman. And that's not something I'm willing to explain if you're not. Build some authentic relationships by first saying hello, introducing yourself, maybe giving a little brief bio about yourself. Nothing that's too braggish, but enough so you know I know much. Okay. And maybe complimenting. Compliments are a way that I connect. And I actually like the compliment leads me into my final lesson. Smile authentically. We don't want you, please don't be weird about it. All right, if you don't feel like smiling, don't. But that don't mean you gotta have the resting face. Now, I do have that at times. I mean, it depends on the day, okay, and the people. But when I'm at work, you know, hi, how are you? You know, you've done nothing to me. Like I can give you a smile. Hey, you know, happy to see you. Happy you're here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Like, because I do love coaching. It's definitely um a job that I'm gonna circle back to. I thoroughly enjoy coaching. Like even if I have to do it freelance or something like that to fit it into my lifestyle now, love coaching. Laugh. If you are in an hour session, 2 hour session, and no one has laughed, nobody's laughing. Mm-mm. I like to laugh throughout my day, even at work. So there's something I'm sure you can laugh about, even if it's something within the context of what you're teaching. I mean, fit it in naturally, of course. I mean, or maybe if somebody, there's always going to be somebody that's funny in the room, even if it's not you. Now, if you're in the room with me, we're going to be laughing and kikiing. But if you're not the funny person in the room, that's okay. Somebody else is. Tighten up. Let your shoulders down. Let your hair down a little bit and give a little chuckle. Okay? Relax. Everything's going to be okay. Breathe. Put on your favorite lotion before, right? And just relax. And also listen. Because again, we are not the keeper of all knowledge. Go in with your hands open to receive and give. Okay. And so that is the end of the things that I've learned as an instructional coach. Thank you all so much for being here. Please subscribe and like. This is going to be a space that evolves over time, but I am having so much fun um, just sharing the lessons that I've learned. Um, Tell me a lesson in the comments below that resonated with you, that you might think about in a different light, that you may try as you enter your instructional coaching world, so to speak. But these are definitely lessons that I learned over time and that would have been very beneficial to me as I started out in the instructional coach life. So happy Monday. This will definitely be something that I will continue with because instructional coaching is something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I love instructional coaching. I fell in love with it deeply and quickly. And we will revisit this. So if you have any ideas or any questions about instructional coaching that I can answer in a future happy Monday, I would love to engage with you in the comment area. So again, like, subscribe, comment. Happy Monday, friend.